I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. I got war peace, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got royalty inside my DNA.
Yo, what up? It's your boy SonTj. How's it going? So, I've been in the Naruto mood, man. I miss the old days. Like, when I was really into Naruto, I was like a big anime fan. I used to watch everything anime, right? Like, people who have been on the channel for years, you know, I used to make top strong videos for every series on the planet, right? But when Naruto ended and when Boruto became a thing and it kind of killed my fun for Naruto, it really, you know, killed the hype for me with anime. And I used to kind of just stick with the anime I know that won't disappoint me. I'm trying to get back on that way. I'm trying to rewatch some animes that I didn't really watch all the way through. And I mostly focus on power scaling. And I really want to appreciate Naruto, man, especially Naruto Part 1. And I have a bunch of videos I have planned, but today we're going to be talking about the top 10 best Naruto fights from Part 1. And later on this week, I should be doing top 20 best Naruto Shippuden fights. And after we reach a certain ranking, and sorry I hit the mic there, we're going to take a little bit of break of uploading so much. We're going to be focusing on more like reviews and stuff, but let's try to keep making this channel grow. We're almost at 20,000 subscribers, so if you like the content, please check out my other videos. I do Naruto, video gaming, reviews, movies, pretty much geek culture with a lot of Dragon Ball, right? I do a lot of stuff, and a big fan of Naruto. Let me know your top 10 best Naruto Part 1 fights in the comment section down below. Not Shippuden. We're going to be talking about Shippuden later on. And after we do Shippuden, we're going to do top 10 Naruto franchise fights. We have some Boruto, even though Boruto doesn't have that many fights except one big one in the anime. So yeah, let's get this started. So for number 10, we have Tsunade and Jiraiya versus Orochimaru. This is the big introduction towards the Sannin and their whole impact there. And the way I'm ranking these fights are through animation and impact and storytelling these fights have. So if you're wondering why some fights are not in here, it's because either I don't think it's animated too well, or I think the fight didn't really matter in the whole big Naruto retrospect, right? But this fight showed that the Sannin's abilities, their summonings, seeing Jiraiya, not at full strength because he only had 30%, but seeing Jiraiya do some cool stuff with his fire abilities, and seeing how powerful Orochimaru is, even though he doesn't have his arms, he's still able to fight both of the Sannin, and seeing Tsunade pretty much do her thing, the big titty wonder. I really do like Tsunade. I think Tsunade gets too much hate because she does a lot of stuff, especially in Shippuden. But yeah, definitely deserves number 10, seeing the Sannin fight, and this is not the only time we've seen him fight, so that's for number 10. For number 9, we have Gaara and Rock Lee versus Kimimaro. Yeah, like Kimimaro, he's a big fan favorite. I don't really get to appeal too much. I'm no hate towards the Kimimaro fans. He just have a lot of male stripper energy with some bone stuff going on there, you know. But regardless, seeing drunk Rock Lee do his thing, seeing Gaara come in as a protagonist this time instead of an antagonist, it was just a good thing seeing these two fight together. This is not the only time we're going to see them fight together. Later on in Shippuden, we see some stuff, but just from the first time we saw these two being arch rivals and seeing them now fight against a common enemy, just a great fight. Kimimaro doing some great stuff, fantastic footwork. Kimimaro was a big threat, and he pretty much won this fight, but he died through his illness. Overall, great fight, great animation. I loved it. Number 8, we have Sasuke versus Gaara. Now, this is not as good as Rock Lee versus Gaara, but it's pretty cool, man. It's seeing Sasuke with a new design. I really like this design. He looks edgy as hell. Sasuke's like my second favorite character in Naruto, so this man gets all the best fights, especially in Shippuden. Just gets way too many fights. But yeah, Sasuke replicates a lot of what Rock Lee does. It's not as well animated. If it was well animated as Rock Lee's fight, it would be way higher. But it's still pretty good. Seeing what Sasuke's done with his new design and Chidori. I know how to do the hand signs, like literally, I've never forgotten after all these years, or when I first learned it when I was younger. Seeing Chidori, this is the first introduction of Sasuke's Chidori. We've already seen the lightning blade or Raikiri from Kakashi, but this is the precursor to everything Sasuke's going to do with Chidori. And it's just really cool, man. And then they fight outside of the Chunin exams, which is pretty good. Overall, just a really fun fight that I really enjoyed. So number 7, we have Kakashi versus Zabuza, round 1 and round 2, because round 1 and round 2 are pretty much the same thing. But seeing Kakashi and seeing what he could do with his 3 Tomoe Sharingan, and seeing what Zabuza can do with his hitting the mist abilities and the water dragon attacks, and just seeing Kakashi, even though he got trapped later on, but when he gets out of it and he does the full-on copy ninja thing, it's so epic with Supikoe Hoa Ni. I think that's in the Japanese, I mean in the dub, but in the Japanese is always, and you know, with that weird saying. But that's the only time you see the hand signs in like slow motion. That you see him in fast motion after that. But yeah, man, it's just a legendary fight. Seeing Kakashi, a legendary ninja. I don't think he really lives with the whole copy ninja thing later on, because he doesn't do like, I don't know how many techniques that he has copied throughout all his years as a ninja. But seeing Zabuza with his cool ass sword, overall just a great fight, a great precursor to what Naruto is going to stand for later on. Number 6 is Sasuke vs Orochimaru. Naruto vs Orochimaru before this was pretty good, but this is when the anime staff just kicks in. It's like, okay, Sasuke fight, Sasuke fight. Let's step it up a level, and they did, man. This fight was epic. Seeing freaking Orochimaru cinder his way all around the forest, and seeing Sasuke do his dragon fire bullet. And I still know that hand sign. I wish I was doing this in face cam, but I don't want to be too nerdy around here. But yeah, man. That fight was epic. Seeing Sasuke saying, I can see, I can move. I love the dub for this, man. So yeah, man, Sasuke vs Orochimaru was goated. It ends with Orochimaru, like, you know, putting his curse mark on Sasuke, which is the later on foreshadowing what he does later on. But yeah, the fight was well animated, and that's like one of the main reasons it's here. Like, again, I like Naruto more than Sasuke, but this fight craps all over Naruto vs Orochimaru in part 1. Next up, we have Naruto versus Neji. This is a big fight. Now, this is a big debate on whether Neji was really right. I feel like Naruto does have a lot of, like, you know, he is the father of the 4th Hokage, and he ends up being, you know, the descendant of Ashura and everything. So you could say Neji was kind of right, but if Naruto never really trained and never really tried to work to become that, so it's a mixture of both. I feel like Neji might have had a point, but I think Naruto, the way the world was so against him, he had to earn his way. It wasn't like some Hashirama stuff where he was just super good. That man was trash for a long time, and he had to earn his way up. But regardless, not just talking about the politics of this fight and like whether Neji was right or Naruto was right, the fight was really good. You could tell Naruto was the underdog throughout this entire fight, but he worked and outsmart his way for this fight. And that finale, when he digs his way through and he uppercuts Neji, incredible, man. Even Naruto uses a little bit, I mean a little bit of Kyuubi chakra, and he like starts seeing the build up of him learning how to use the Kyuubi, or Kurama we learn later on, chakra. It was incredible, and I really love this fight. It's not the most epic animation fight. Definitely Sasuke vs Orochimaru was better than this fight in terms of animation, but I think the impact and just, it's not bad animation, it's just standard, and I really like this. And you see Neji, you know, beat up Naruto clones. Beating up Naruto clones is a standard in this series, but it's still really good. I really like this fight. Next up, we have Naruto versus Gaara. Not a better animated fight than the fights we've seen so far, but the impact, the scale of this fight is really incredible. Seeing Naruto finally summon Gungabunda, I forgot the man's name. I'm just gonna call him Boss Toad. He was able to summon Boss Toad and take on a perfect Jinchuriki, which was Gaara at that time. Yeah, man, just seeing Naruto defend Sasuke and actually proving himself to be better than Sasuke at that moment. There's some debates if he would have used the Toad in their final fight, Naruto would have won. You can argue that, but I would say the Toad is not really Naruto's full potential. You know what I mean? I feel like him using the One Tails. But regardless, yeah, this fight was really good, man. Really good. Naruto proving that they're both two sides of the same coin, which is a big theme in Naruto. But they pretty much are. They're both Jinchurikis. They've both been crapped on their entire lives. But Naruto shows that there's a better way, regardless of how much the world craps on you. And he does some incredible fight scenes in this. He's able to use his clones, outsmart Gaara, take on a perfect Jinchuriki, and the weakest one at that time, but a very powerful character. And just a great fight for Naruto's character and Gaara's character later on throughout the franchise. Next up is the 3rd Hokage, or Hiruzen versus Orochimaru. Great animation in this fight. Seeing Hiruzen, seeing what he has to do, how he fights. Granted, I would love if we ever got Prime Hiruzen, because everyone keeps saying this guy's the best Hokage, the strongest Hokage. Never lives up to this hype. But regardless, I think he does live up to the hype of being the strongest Kage at that time. Fighting Orochimaru, not even really wanting to kill Orochimaru, because that was his favorite student. You would think it would be Jiraiya, but no, it was always Orochimaru was his favorite student. He always felt bad that he never could save. And yeah, man, you see the first Hokage and the second Hokage, and it's funny how their personalities kind of switch, because you would think the first Hokage is like the hardcore one, you think the second Hokage is the nice chill one. That completely switches Shippuden. But yeah, man, this fight was really great. You even see it end with the demon seal. Even though Hiruzen wasn't strong enough to to seal Orochimaru's soul. He was able to seal his arms, which he pretty much got the victory because Orochimaru worked so hard to get his arms later on in the franchise. Just a great fight, man. Seeing what Hiruzen can really do. The animation in this fight is incredible. It's so loose and fluid. Seeing what Hiruzen's trying to do when he's not in his prime. Really enjoyed this fight, man. Really incredible. He had to fight his two mentors and fight his favorite pupil. Just a very impactful, well-animated fight. Now, for number 2, it's a lot of people's favorite fight in pretty much Naruto franchise history, but come on, man. We all know this is not as better as the number 1 ranking, but number 2 is Lee vs Gaara. This is the ultimate meme. This fight is so underrated when it's not. Yeah, man, it's the fight of hard work versus talent, the ultimate fight. Like, this fight is pretty much known throughout history as being that big of a fight. Yeah, man, Lee versus Gaara. What else can you say that hasn't been said about this fight for like a decade? Lee is fighting someone that he should lose to and shouldn't stand a chance against, but this man is like keeping up on his own. He's able to use his speed, and then this man lets go of the weights, and the animation goes from Kaioken level 1 to Kaioken level times 1000, man. This fight was insane, man. Seeing what Lee can do, outpacing Gaara's defense, and seeing Gaara look like a deer in headlights, seeing his confidence break, it's just rooting for Lee was incredible. I don't think Lee ever reaches these type of heights later on in the franchise, but I don't care, man. This is the definition of Allen Iverson taking one game against Kobe and Shaq. This is the definition of that. I don't care. He earned this, baby, and even though he didn't get the win because he ended up using the gates, and he looks like he's about to win, but Gaara was able to outsmart him. I feel like he still won this fight. In my heart to heart, I still feel like he won the war. It's just a great fight. Great animation, great impact. It has it all. It has it all. But for number 1, we all know what it was, man. Naruto versus Sasuke, the Valley of the End. The impact, this is the finale of Naruto Part 1. I don't care about all that damn filler or those movies. This is the final one. This is the rematch. This is the lead up to everything that is Shippuden. We wanted that rematch. This is the first round. Incredible fight, man. From the fact that Naruto doesn't want to fight Sasuke, and then Sasuke punches him, and Naruto's like, okay, Sasuke is trying to kill me. And where Sasuke is pretty much dominating at the beginning, he tried to finish him off with Chidori. And then Naruto wakes up with that Kyuubi's eyes, and you know this is a fight. And Naruto starts beating the crap out of Naruto. Why am I confusing their names? Naruto starts beating the crap out of Sasuke, and we all seen the gif where he freaking uppercuts this man's stomach like 4 times, and he kicks him in the face. Great animation, man. Naruto starts dominating, but then Sasuke starts remembering why he's fighting, and he wants to take out Itachi, and then he starts awakening his 3 Tomoe, and he says, I can see. That's the biggest meme with this Sasuke. I can see, I can move, and he starts reading Naruto's movements. He's moving in slow motion, and then like Naruto's doing everything he can to fight him, and Sasuke's able to like burn him with that gigantic dragon fire bullet. And Naruto wakens up and punches Sasuke so hard in the face that the animation changes, and he moves with the one tail. This is the precursor because we know the Kurama or the Kyuubi has 9 tails. So like, oh crap! So he's finally tapping into it more, and Sasuke is going like, you know what? I can't lose this fight, and he finally uses the curse mark to his full potential, where it gives him like a 10 times power boost or whatever. Pretty much saying he's more special than him. And yeah, man, they start fighting. You can tell Sasuke is no joke. He's still able to overwhelm One Tail's Naruto. And this is the most Kyuubi chakra Naruto's ever used in this fight. Because every time Naruto uses Kyuubi chakra, he looks pretty much invincible unless he's fighting like, you know, a Kimimaro or like Sannin type person. But yeah, it ends with them doing the Rasengan versus Chidori clash. And this was stopped in their first fight, or at least skirmish, when Kakashi got in the way. But we see what it looks like when these two powerful abilities go against each other. And some people could say Naruto could have won the fight, but instead he just wanted to prove that he can slash Sasuke's headband, and Sasuke didn't care about that. He went straight for the gut. So you can say that Naruto could have won this fight if he would have summoned a toad, or he actually would have went for the kill, but Sasuke ends up winning this fight, man. And it's the best fight in Naruto Part 1. I've loved everything about this fight. I remember, like, even when I was a Naruto hater, because I was a Naruto hater when I first watched it, because I was just mad that Dragon Ball ended. I was mad that Naruto took his spot. I was a very immature kid growing up when I saw this, but I was like, man, this fight is epic. So yeah, man, Let me know your top 10. Definitely for part 1 is obviously, at least in my opinion, Naruto versus Sasuke. If you say Rock Lee versus Gaara, I'm not mad at you. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. Like I said before, the videos planned is the next up is probably top 20 best Naruto Shippuden fights. Another workout video, probably talking about training like Gogeta or Vegeta. Probably Gogeta because the guy's more muscular. Then eventually I will finally get into the top strongest One Punch Man season 2 characters. Then I'll do another list when season 3 eventually comes out. And yeah, man, thank you for supporting the My Hero Academia videos. Really appreciate it. I still love Naruto, man. Like, Naruto's my second favorite franchise of all time. Like, I love Goku, but I also love Naruto Uzumaki just as much as Goku. Well, not just as much. Like, he's second place, man. But man, I want to get back into some Naruto stuff. It's just Boruto, man. It just really kills me. I don't really like Boruto like that. But, you know, I'm not going to discredit you if you like Boruto. It just is who it is for me. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. More videos gonna be coming soon. We're gonna slow down once we finally get to 20K, but please help me get to 20K, man. I'm working really hard, and I hope I earn the respect I deserve for this channel. So yeah, SonTj out, peace. Love you all.